Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Well, I'm finally going back to my art journal, and this time I want to try out the Perfect Pearls Mist from Ranger. And I got this not too long ago and they were quite cheap, like unbelievable. So I took advantage of that. You can see this is the pink gumball, just a nice pink. And if you shake them, the same as the Heidi Swapp, they have all these glimmer mist inside, so you got to shake the bottles very well in order to have the fluids going on there. And here says shake me up, so you got to shake them well. So I got pink gumball, sour apple, and these two don't have names, so I really don't know the names of these, but it looks like a tattered rose, sorta, and some mystery blue, let's call it that. Mystery blue. They don't have names really. Apparently these were like these two might have been from an old package, and then they came out with a new label, I guess, and they put the names on it and whatever, and they added the shake me up. So that's kind of cool. So I'm gonna put them on the side and we're gonna try them out the same way I did with the Heidi Swapp Glimmer Mist. So let's see, why don't we try that gumball first, because I'm very intrigued with this pink. It's really cool, very bright. So I'm gonna shake that well and let's try this and see what happens. Okay, I don't think you can see that, but I see that it's kind of like a very light color. The consistency is more watery than the other ones I used in my last video I worked with my art journal. Let's try the green one and see what happens. So let's see. I'm gonna spray some of that green. Here we go. So yeah, they're kind of like very light, I guess, compared to using a white paper. This is going to be very light. Now if I would have used a dark background, maybe that will work better. So I'm going to spray this again. This is the blue one, has no name. I call it the blue mist or the blue night, I don't know. I didn't know what it said before. Well, here we go. Yeah, they're very light in color. I would say that the Heidi Swaps are more concentrated, but the Heidi Swapp product is more new or newer than this one's, because I know the Perfect Pearls have been out for a while now. So I'm going to spray some of that in here. Yeah, this is more like a tattered rose color. Yeah, they're very light. So you would basically use this for when you do first background, then you will spray them on. And what I'm gonna do now, guys, is very simple. I'm just gonna work on the page, because in the past video I didn't work on the page at all. I just show you how to the Heidi Swapp mists were working, and then all of a sudden I came out with another video telling you what I did, and I didn't show you exactly how I did that page. And this time I really want to do that, so let's get working. Alright guys, now I try to make something with those Perfect Pearls mist, but you'll see what I did. It's kind of hard because they're so light in color and very difficult to blend if you're not using a very dark background. So that's why I decided to put a black background on my page. I went and got one of those Adirondack Davers, and in seconds I had a black background that was not like completely black, because that black is not like super black, but they worked out, because then I had to mix some colors and do this and do that. You'll watch what I did. it was quite a challenge because I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. So I decided to go with my dictionary pages, rip up some of that page and make some, I guess, texture to the page. So for some reason my golden medium is a little bit thick than usual. So when I start working with it, I noticed immediately that it was giving me some sort of texture because it's thicker than usual. I don't know if because I'm not using it constantly, maybe it's getting a little bit thicker. I don't know what to do to make it a little bit more liquidy. Probably add some water. I'm not sure if that's okay, but I tried my best to make a nice background, but it was giving me a hard time uh, trying to, because the goal was to use the glimmer mist or the perfect pearls mist, and like I said, it was quite a challenge. I ended up using a lot of my new things. I have new things that I wanted to try out, and if you tell me, I mean, if I'm gonna compare Glimmer Mist or Perfect Pearls Mist from Ranger to the Heidi Swapp Color Shine, the Heidi Swapp Color Shine definitely have more pigmentation to the color, other than the powder that creates the mist. So that's a big plus because when you're working with your art journal, it will, those colors will pop out immediately, and you'll notice at the end of the video, not at the end, but almost at the end, that I switched to the color shines because I was getting a little bit frustrated with the perfect pearls mist. So after I finished with my dictionary page, pasting them up, I decided to go with my gesso and spread that gesso out and give more of a foundation to the page. Like I said, in order to get what I wanted, and bring up some texture to the page. Like I said, this is all improvised. I didn't have a plan, basically. It took me almost 2 hours to create this page. I was trying to be patient, but I couldn't, honestly, I couldn't think very well what I wanted to do because I believe that this perfect pearls mists are better to use with other type of media, like probably making flowers. Probably you're gonna, if you want to do a shine to whatever work you're doing, that's fine. But for the art journal, it's kind of like tricky to work with. So after that, I went up and took my gouache and I spread some of that black with water to see if I had a more subtle and diverse color. So I kind of took out some of that black with a paper towel, and it looked like it worked a little bit and give me that, weird vintage mixed media thing with some white, and that's what I really wanted. So I took out finally my Heidi Swipe. That is a Heidi Swipe spray stencil that I got recently. I loved it. It's like a chicken wire thingy. It's really cool. And if you saw, I sprayed the Perfect Pearl Mist, the teal, or it's like a blue teal color, and that one really came out beautifully. The other ones definitely not. I tried and I tried, but I couldn't. And then I took out my Team Holtz new mixed media stamps, and I tried the new mixed media mix from Jasmine color box ink, and it was wonderful. It definitely those inks are really cool to use with the art journal. I wish I could have gotten more of these because it actually works with this. I tried out in a card the other day, but this stuff is for that, for making art journal and stuff like that. So then I kind of tried to collage a little bit. I thought about collaging because I really like the background. I had a really good background, and the problem is I don't have too much magazine cutouts, so I was kind of like, well, yeah, it's gonna work out, but not. So I was just improvising as much as I could, and those are the good pages, guys. When you improvise that much, if you plan it, it doesn't come out as you would like to come out. And usually, I improvise a lot. I would say 90% of my pages are not planned. So then I glimmer missed some of that gumball, and it didn't work out. So I went ahead and do something else, and I found in my stack one of those sticky tattoos. It was a skull. This was given to me by a friend of mine, which is Jenny, and I thought about using this for Halloween, and I guess I came up with this page because I've been thinking all day trying to see if I want to make some uh, Halloween cards, and I didn't have nothing to come up with. So I guess I was inspired by that, and that's why I ended up doing this page like this. So that skull is like a big skull. It was a silver skull, kind of a tricky to make it nice in the page because I had a lot of texture on it, and so it wouldn't stick that well. So actually the letters didn't stick that well. I ended up sticking just one letter and then painting or drawing the rest of it. And I was kind of worried that it will crack up if I would press it down or anything. So then I went ahead with my silver Sharpie and go around with it, trying to, stand out the edges of that skull. This is one of those creepy page, I would say, very gothic. Not that much because it has like very bright colors on it, but you know what I mean. My intention was not to do that, but I ended up doing it, so I guess that was okay. I usually don't do too much of the gothic themes, but I thought it was cool. The man down there trying to think with the hat, and then you got the skull up there. I guess he was thinking about death. I don't know. It might sound weird, and I don't really want to sound weird. So I spread out some of that silver paint around it. I took out another stencil, tried to create like some sort of border around the skull. I have to cover part of it so the yellow wouldn't spread out too much. So it came out good. So you see, it gave more of a contrast by using the yellow. So that was cool. Definitely the Heidi Swap color shines are really rich in color. So no matter if you're using white, black, gray, whatever background, those inks will pop out. Well, they're not inks; they're like sprays. It will pop out really cool. So then I decided to add some of that golden media gel to the skull because I wanted to have, since I knew it was thick, I wanted to have a little bit of texture to the skull. It was plain flat, so I went ahead and kind of like, in order for the knot to break, um, the thin material that skull is made, I went ahead and spread it with a gel medium, and it gets some sort of texture when you see it. It has texture on it, so it's kind of really cool. Uh, I thought about painting it, and then because obviously I didn't want that glue to come out like that, but I did. But before that, I paste the number and try to. I don't know about numbers lately. I've been using a lot of numbers on my pages, and I really enjoy that. I really like it. I should have put more of those numbers around there, but I guess it was not intended at the moment. So I like the page. I really do. The background is really urban, sort of like kind of thing. Very cool. I went collaging again. I found this little piece of like white and black squares. Kind of cool. So I just put that there just to make it a little more interesting. Then I went ahead and tried to spray some of that gumball again. Didn't work out. So I came back to the skull after that gel medium was dried completely, and I spread some of the silver Adirondack Daver. I found that the Daver on the top kind of got dry, so the Daver was not working. So I decided to bring up the paint and use my fingers just for the sake of it, so it would come out better. Sometimes when you use your fingers to work with your pages, it's much better than using any other tool. Trust me on that one. So let's see, I went ahead and, do some borders around the yellow, and that was cool. Then I decided to put some steampunk Team Halt dye there, cut dye. I thought of putting some of those gears. I really wanted to use it as a stencil, but it really didn't work out because I kept going trying to do something with that gumball Perfect Pearl, but nothing. So I decided to bring Heidi Swap red and look at the difference. There you go. You see how intense those colors are? It's amazing. So that completely changed all my page once I sprayed that. It didn't work as a stencil, so I ended up using the 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 paper that I cut, and just, you see, I cleaned it up a little bit and just used, because the color of that gear was kind of cool. It gave me like this sort of like pink color that will stand out with the rest of the paper. So I decided to use the die cut. So I put some of my golden gel medium, I pasted it, and boom. Oh, I cut the edge a little bit because it was kind of like wide. So you see, it makes some interesting concept there. I don't know if I should have put more of those gears on the border on that side, but I don't know. I thought it was too much. I just wanted that little touch right there to give it a, like, little steampunk look a little bit. So yeah, basically that was it. I started making a little bit of drawing, doodling with my silver pentel, and that was it. Done. So here's my final product. I hope you like it as much as I did. I enjoy it very much. Guys, if you like what you see, please rate, comment, and subscribe, and thanks for watching.